Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Tatter Boogie Scarecrow Festival. We're going to be doing a macabre tour of Apple Valley, Hillbilly, Wonderland, and Garden. We'll be saving the Toyland for the end of the tour. First off, we're going to be coming to the Hillbilly Garden minivan. Oh, such a tragic event. This is dedicated to a terrible, terrible incident where a elderly man and several of his family perished falling off a cliff nearby. The old man was quoted several hours earlier as having stated, "You know, when I die, I want to die peacefully in my sleep, not screaming in terror like the other passengers in my vehicle." And next, we're going to be coming to...
Get out of my woods!
Oh.
Get out of here! You shouldn't be here! Get out! Get out of here!
Well, maybe we should move on.
That was scary, right? Having fun?
Looks like he's been having a little bit too much red meat and glucose in his diet. Needs to kind of lay off of the sugars and the proteins. Right here you see a memorial right here. It reminds me a lot of a memorial that's actually nearby. It's in Tri-City. It's actually called the Highway to Heaven. And when I was younger, just going to college, my aunt and uncle stopped by it, and they said they could have swore, she said she saw little red handprints all over it. They got so scared they had to leave. They absolutely had to. She could never go down that road again. So I went to check it out, and when I did, no handprints. But the door, there were windows in this memorial and a door, like it was a building. And I thought, well, what the heck's in there? So I went and I looked, and just as I got to the edge, I looked and I saw a coffin. There were two coffins. This was a tomb on the edge of the highway. I was so creeped out. It's like, it's 10 feet from the road. It was right there, like a gas station, closer than a gas station. So we left pretty quick, and I forgot about it. And then months later, I was still kind of bothered by it. And I got in a production of Much Ado About Nothing, and I was in the dressing room, doing makeup with everyone else, and I talked to him about it, seeing if anybody had any information. And the lead, one of the lead actors in it, after a few minutes of me saying, because I didn't say anything about the handprints, I just said there was this weird tomb in Tri-City about Highway to Heaven or something. Don Maley, one of the leads, looked up and said, "Oh yeah, I know that place. Yeah, that guy used to run an orphanage. An orphanage. Little red hands."
What? That's scary, don't you think? It's a scary story.
Mm.
It's haunted.
So the orphanage was called Little Red Hands?
No, the ghosts of the children were putting their hands on it, making it red.
And next we're coming up to the macabre of the macabre, Mr. McGillicuddy and the Chicken Ranch. And the inspiration for this art exhibit actually is something that happened quite a bit west of us. There was actually a motel. Oh.
This is really cool. It's like a little town.
And in the it was actually just a home, but it was an inn. You could stop by there. This was the early 1800s. You could stop by and you could see, you could stay there for the night if you needed to. I think it was in Kansas or Nebraska. But people would go missing, but nobody would ever notice. And then finally, this one man went there and stayed the night, and he disappeared. But his brother figured out that that's the only place they could have been. So they went to this inn, and it was abandoned. They never found that couple. They never found those people. If you went there with more than one person, you were fine. But if it was only one person, you disappeared. And when they went behind the building and dug, they found 50 bodies of business people and travelers that they had just murdered for their money. They never found them. They probably lived the rest of their lives. What are you doing back there? These people aren't for eating. These people are for scaring.
Bad doggy.
Well, let's continue the tour.
Oh.
Sounds like there might be more than one. We might see them again. And now that we've witnessed the macabre of the macabre, now time to go into something a little more spacey. Welcome to the frontier. The most advanced in people engineering. A body completely made out of flesh, hooked up to an inanimate but living extraterrestrial. Still working the bugs out, and it still has to keep a colostomy bag on it at all times. But other than that, it's rather terrifying. Don't get too close. Don't get too close. Yeah, don't get too close. It's not a happy fella. Okay. And so now we're going to be going into it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, and now we are coming upon the trees of woe. Where the hell is Jeff? Hey, is Jeff back at base?
Hey, you liking it so far?
I guess.
Is it scary? Are you scared yet?
Nah.